Okay, so welcome to my little showcase video for my plugin Profession. I'm sorry for any misspelling words or any grammatically incorrectness. My native language is German, so I tried to do this in English now so everybody can, understand what this plugin is all about. I tried to go through all the things this plugin handles, and I'll try to show you how this plugin actually works and how you set it up and what you can do with it. So this plugin is mainly made for roleplay purpose, but you can of course use this on any server you like, but I recommend you just use this if you have a roleplay server going on, because this is, I think, the most common way or the best way for this plugin. So let's start with what this plugin actually does. So if you have the permissions manager, you just go to your name or so, and then you go to Profession. This is the all the permissions you have here. So this plugin comes with some pre-made professions. For now, those professions can't be, so you can't add more professions for now. You could do in the code, but this is like only for experts who are really experienced in C# coding and know how to write plugins. For just normal users, I would not recommend doing something in the code. So just use this for now, and if you have any suggestions for adding some professions, I can do that and upload that on previous versions, on later versions. So for now we have like forester, electrician, weapon engineer, miner, oil extractor, vehicle engineer, tailor, graphics designer, and doctor. Those have some restrictions to it, or they have something they can do what others can't do. So that's, I think, the best explanation for that. The thing how it works, it's like it regulates the crafting and researching on your server. So whenever a normal person, so now I don't have any professions, only permissions granted, and whenever a user tries to let's say craft something on the workbench, or research something on the workbench, right? So let's say common things like what can we choose here? Let's say some electrician stuff, and so let's take the large battery or the counter. So if I press the counter, you can see I could do this because I have the path to it and so, and it cost me 75 scrap. But if I press this button, a banner pops up on the top right corner with a little sound, and it says like your profession can't research this item. So it's blocked for me. I can't research it right now. And if I have this profession or this permission granted, I could then, I'm then able to actually research this. Also, what I added to this plugin is because you actually sometimes can't research things in the research table. Let's say, let's get this permission away again, and let's say I think I have to look up in my electrician's JSON file, and I think I don't have the HBF sensor in the list. I show you the list right after I've gone through this. So if I now wanted to research the HBF sensor, which is currently not only craftable or researchable for the electrician, it's available for everybody because it's not defined in the electrician list in the JSON file. And so I could now, I couldn't research this in the normal way Rust works, because I need the path to it. But I can't, because the run switch is actually in the list of the electrician, so I can't go to the HBF sensor. But this plugin actually, so my plugin, I wrote it that way so that you just can press this button. It says no path, but however you just have to press. Actually, the HBF sensor is in the list. So what's not in the list? I think, let's see. Oh yeah, here, the RF transmitter. So you saw I don't have the I don't have the path, right? But I can actually research it, so I can jump over you know, as many nodes as I want to research. Let's say the last thing here, right? I could do that. So there's no issue with that. Just and it will only cost you like 125 instead of 325. So not the path costs, just the normal research cost for this particular node. And so yeah, now I'm not an electrician, so I can't unlock certain things. And if I, you know, now I have, let's say I have the I have this memory cell research, because, you know, I researched it while I had the permission. But if I would go here and try to craft this, I actually can't craft this right now because I don't have the permission. So this plugin actually blocks crafting as well, right? So I now can craft because I have the permission to it. So what else does this do? If, let's say, there's the case and you're wondering maybe right now, what if, you know, my friend is an electrician on my server and he gives all the other players the blueprints, or all his friends the blueprints for the electrician stuff, so that they do not have to buy those, right, from other people or so. Actually, I handle this as well in my plugin. So let's say I have, let's say I crafted. So let's just give myself a memory cell. So this is one item in the list. You can only craft with a with the permission electrician, but I can do a blueprint, right? So everybody can do blueprints if they have the permission. And now let's say I would give this blueprint to my friend who's not an electrician. He maybe is a weapon engineer or something. He could then go ahead and research it normally. But if he is not an electrician, he can't actually research it as well. So it blocks everything. It blocks researching through the workbenches. It blocks researching through blueprints. It blocks crafting. So however they achieved something which they shouldn't have, like let's say an electric stuff or so, you know, actually it's not possible. So I could have left the crafting thing out, because you actually can't research stuff, so you know you will never be able to craft them. But you know, it blocks just everything, and you can only do stuff if you have the right permission and the right profession for it. So next thing I want to show you, I handle some repairing too. For now, let's say I have the weapons engineer as my profession, so weapons engineer, and I shoot sometimes with my weapon. And now I'm able to repair this. As a weapon engineer I am, but if, and that's the next cool part I integrated in this plugin. So let's reload this weapon and shoot some bullets so that we get a little bit less health. When I now try to repair, oh my god, I forgot to okay, now let's try that again. So I shoot, my weapon loses health. I try to repair it, and actually I can't, because I'm not a weapon engineer. So if I would have bought this weapon from a weapon engineer and you know, after some magazines shot around and you know, eventually this loses health and breaks, or right before it breaks, I can't repair it. I have to go to the weapon engineer and let this be repaired from him, or you know, if it breaks I have to buy a new one. So this keeps on the selling for the weapon engineer, as well as, and I think I have integrated the forester as well. So this includes, let me show you the chainsaw. So for the forester, they have you know, they can exclusively craft the chainsaw. Nobody else does or can craft this, and they're the only one who can repair this as well. And I think there was wait, let me just look it up real quick so I can weapon engineer and miner. Yes, it's the miner as well with the jackhammer. So the miner is able to craft or you know, actually repair the jackhammer exclusively. So you can't actually craft the jackhammer, so this is Rust limitation. You know, you have to get a, you know, plugin for that, like crafts or something, and grant the miner some permission and you know, get this craftable for him. But if, you know, some people find this jackhammer and they use this, you know, it gets destroyed and they try to repair it, they actually can't. They have to go to the miner, and you know, if I grant the miner permission, I could then repair this for them and charge some scrap for, you know, the repairing costs or so. Yeah, that was the repairing for items, and I showed you that this plugin restricts the crafting for every profession. So if I'm the forester, I can craft the chainsaw, but I can't craft anything else. I can't do electrician stuff, I can't do weapon engineering, I can't craft weapons, I can't craft you know, some vehicle things, I can't craft clothes, signs and so on. And yeah, so every job has its own crafter exclusive crafting. So next, cars actually can be repaired too. So if I'm not the vehicle engineer, I can't repair this. Only the vehicle engineer can repair. All right, so this you know, gives the vehicle engineer an extra income, so that people have to drive to them, like in the real world, right? You drive to the mechanics and you let the car be repaired by them. So normally you don't do this by yourself, right? So if you're, you know, not familiar with repairing a car or something, you go to a mechanic and you know, they do the job, right? And so now I'm the mechanic and I can repair this car. Before I couldn't. So that's the repairing for cars. Now there are a few more things to note. So if, let's say, I am a doctor. Oh no, if I'm an oil extractor, so that's what I want to show you now. If I have the profession oil extractor, actually you have to set up some kind of plugins for this particular person or player on your server to be able to maybe set a what's it called, pumping jack, I think, pump jack. Yeah, pump jack. So those pump jacks are currently not in the game, and there are certain plugins out there which gives you the opportunity to, I think, survey charges. Yeah, to place survey charges, and then the ground crates pop up again, and they give you some notes again, and all the basic behavior which Rust had in the past. There are some plugins who handle this, and they give this opportunity to the server to set this huge pumping jack, and you can give the oil extractor this kind of permissions. And my plugin actually includes for the oil extractor that they are the only ones who can craft the where is it? Let's have a look. It's constructions, I think, or items. I think it's no, is it items? Yeah, here, the oil refinery. So this one can be researched as well, sure, but not if you do not have the permission. Again, like, you can't research it, you have to get the permission. So oil extractor, right? So now I can research it. Okay. If I have the permission, oil extractor, I can place it, and I can go into that and turn this machine on. If I do not have the permission, and let's say you haven't modified your loot table, so then it is possible for players on your server to find those actually in some crates. But if they find them, if they don't have the permission, they can't actually place them, right? So they can't use them. They can only sell them, yes, through vending machines, but they can't place them. And if the if you don't have, like, let's say, the plugin which handles locking those oil refineries, so there's a plugin where you can, like, let's say, get a code lock and place that on the oil refinery. But if you don't have this plugin, don't worry. If I don't have the permission, I can't turn the refinery on actually, so you don't have to lock it. Yes, they can steal the items out of it, surely, but they can't use it. Okay, so that's the main focus. So they can't do oil stuff if they don't have the permission or the profession for it, right? And the same thing goes with the miner. Okay, I have, like, the permission miner, and I'm able to set the big furnace. I can turn it on, but if I don't have the permission miner, I can't turn it on, and I could not place it. I can't place it. Okay, so there's also, every time this pop-up pops up here on the top right, there's a chat message as well for it, so that you can log what happened currently. So what I wanted to show you, if you have the permission oil extractor, and I thought about many ways how to use those diesel fuels, and I couldn't come up with some good solution for using those barrels to, let's say, put them in here, right, and melt them. You will see that this is not actually working, so they can go in here, but there's no mechanic in this plugin which handles melting those diesel fuel barrels. Maybe I will add this feature in the past, but for now what I did is, if you have those diesel fuels in your inventory as an oil extractor, you can actually go and do a command /diesel. Gives you how the command actually works. So you have to type /diesel and then the amount. And okay, I do /diesel. Oh, diesel. And then space and the amount. So now I have 5 diesel barrels in my inventory. I type 5 in the chat, and now you have received 1,500 low-grade fuel. So I have received 1,500 low-grade fuel for 5 diesel barrels, right? All this you can modify and adjust in the config. I show you later. But yes, you can actually do something with the diesel barrels, because if you don't have, let's say if you don't have the excavator on your map, you can't actually do anything with the diesel barrels. Then you would have just, throw them away. But now if you have a roleplay server going on, and you have a oil extractor, they can actually exchange them to diesel, to low grade fuel, which is good for them. Yeah, so basically that was all about it. So the plugin can't do anything else. I think what it can do for now is quite a lot. So it handles the, all the really necessary stuff for roleplay servers, actually, because the main things on a roleplay server are actually the crafting, the disallowing of crafting certain things if you don't have the permission. Because then if you don't have this plugin, or if you don't have a mechanism or plugin which handles this, everybody on the server can craft anything or everything, and this is, you can trust your players, but on personal experience I can say that there are many people out there who will craft some electrician stuff even if they don't have the profession for it. But if you have, my plugin, for example, they can't do it. They're forced to buy electrician stuff because they can't actually craft it. And this is, a huge advantage for your roleplay experience, because, roleplay goes on because you have to buy stuff, you have to communicate, and so on. And yeah, so now I go into the config, and so here you can see the list of all the professions I have predefined in this plugin. As I said, you can't add more professions. I have to do it then in the code itself. Just write a comment or so on my plugin. I will add all the professions you want to have included or added. What you can do is let's say electrician, yeah, for example. There are certain things in this list, and all the things who are in this list are only craftable by the electrician, so exclusively, nobody else. So anybody who does not have the permission electrician can't craft those items. So they can't craft the end switch, they can't craft a button, they can't craft ceiling lights, and so on. You can add stuff by typing a comma, space, double quotes, and then type the Rust short name for the item. So those are short names. Just look up in the internet and type like Rust short names, and you will come up with a internet site where you can search for the item, and this site will give you the short name for it. Yeah, I could show you that real quick if Rust short name. So if you type that, so if you type that, so if you type Rust short name, right, and you will come up on this site, and you can search for items, let's say button. So, and there's the name and there's the short name for it, electric.button. You would copy this, you would go into the JSON file, and you would, put the comma and then double quotes, put the short name in it, and then save this and refresh your plugin. So I've already done this, so I don't have to do this anymore. And then it would add this this item to this professional electrician, and this is exclusively only craftable by the profession. And as well, you can remove stuff from here. So if you remove, let's say, the button, everybody else is able to craft the button now. Yeah, so, and you can do this with all the predefined professions I have in this plugin. One more thing, on the bottom of this professions plugin or professions JSON file, I have set some Boolean values to toggle specific mechanics on this plugin. So, for example, use only oil extractor can place refinery. This is by default on true, but if you put a false in here, like say false, okay, then this mechanic would go away, like it would deactivate, and now everybody can place the refinery. So they do not have to be granted with the permission oil extractor anymore. Everybody can place the refinery. If there's true in it, then they have to get the permission oil extractor in order to place the refinery. So you can deactivate certain stuff. Only miner can place furnace, only oil extractor can start refinery, what I showed you earlier, and use oil extractor can exchange diesel to low grade fuel. So this was the command /diesel, and then the amount of diesel fuel you want to exchange to low grade. And here you can actually customize the exchange rate. So exchange rate for diesel, multiplier only integers. So this means for now this is 300. So for every diesel fuel barrel, it gives you 300 low grade fuel. So it multiplies this value by the amount of diesel fuels in your inventory. So if you have 5 diesel fuels in your inventory, it gives you like those 1500 low grade fuel. So it multiplies it by 300. And you can, lower this, higher this as you want. Keep in mind it has to be an integer, so no comma things like 300 comma whatever, those are not allowed, just integers. And yeah, some more stuff you can disable here. One more thing I have to say, for the diesel exchange, for now, you have to have those diesel fuels in your main inventory slots. you can't have them in the hotbar. Actually, if I do diesel 3 now, it won't work. It just checks the main inventory. Okay, and if you type 5, but you only have 3, it will say not enough diesel fuel. So it handles the it handles the exceptions very well, but you have to keep those diesel fuels in your main inventory, and then it works. So yeah, I think that's all about my plugin professions. I hope you will actually enjoy this plugin if you buy it, and I hope I could help you with this video on how to work with it and what it actually does. You just install the plugin normally by downloading the profession.cs file and put this file into your plugins folder on your server, and then it generates the JSON automatically. Yeah, so that's about it. Thank you for watching, and if you purchase, enjoy this plugin. Bye bye.